everyone.
Hi, my name is Sean Sampson. I'm the president and CEO of EV Nickel. We're ticker EVNI on the Venture Exchange. I'm excited to tell you about my company. We are bullish on nickel, and that's what our focus is. We have over 30,000 hectares of the Shaw Dome, just south of Timmins, Ontario. Timmins is an established mining camp, but really known for its gold production. We are a short drive down from Timmins. We're exactly in the place where you'd want to be finding more nickel and building a mining business. So across our 30,000 hectares, we have over 100 kilometers of trend. And I'll talk to you about three things today. One is our high-grade business. So we have an historic resource of just under 700,000 tons at 1%, and that's all within 200 meters of surface. We have made a new discovery, high-grade, below the existing resource. We're calling that the W4 extension. That was exciting from the drilling in the first half of this year. And we are coming out with a new resource next year, early 2023, wherein we hope we're going to double that resource. Second thing we're working on is our large scale business. That's up in the northeastern part of our property. Where we have that, we drilled over 8,000 meters this summer. We're coming out with the assay results now in the fall and winter of this year. And that's really exciting. It's 0.25% nickel. That's what's been coming back so far. We have 10 kilometers of continuous trend up there. We've drilled the first 15%. That's what we're going to be talking about. That's our A zone. And we think it's really exciting. There's very little overburden. It's within 8 meters of surface. And we think it compares very favorably to Canada Nickel's Crawford deposit. Crawford is under 40 meters of overburden though. So we're excited to see what Carlang has. Assays are still coming back. And that's also something for the beginning of next year, another resource report. So 2 resource reports we plan to have out first half of next year. An updated one on our high grade business, and then a new one for this large scale deposit in our northeast. So it's an exciting year coming up. We did a lot of work in 2022. In addition to this drilling work, we tripled our land package by doing a great transaction with our neighbor. And that same neighbor owns additional high-grade mineralization. And very importantly, they own 7 kilometers away from our W4, they own an operating mill, so a permitted operating mill. That's why we say that our high-grade business, we anticipate, could be up and running with production in 3 to 4 years. So we wrap all this together with our clean nickel strategy. So we've trademarked that term, clean nickel. We're going to be focusing in on having the lowest possible carbon cost per nickel unit. And that's exactly what the new demand for nickel is after, the car companies. So we've had lots of discussions with the car companies. They're excited with our project, saying we could be in production in 3 to 4 years, and we're in permitting right now. That's the sort of thing that puts you in the room for those discussions. And we're well down the path now with the car companies. So it's a very exciting year ahead. We've got lots of work to do in the clean nickel area, in addition to coming up with resources on our deposits. We're supremely undervalued right now. We have a tight flotation. We trade for about $5 million equity. And these things I've talked about, including the large scale deposit, which we're coming out with assays on right now, has not been acknowledged at all by the market. So we've got cash in hand. We can pay for everything we plan to do. And very importantly, our team is experienced and has done exactly the sort of thing that we plan to do right now. So we are seasoned in finding, exploring, building, and operating nickel operations. So it's all work that our group has done before, and we're super excited to see what comes in the year ahead. So best for the holidays, and look forward to being in touch with everyone. You can find out more detail at evnickel.com.
Hi, I'm John Black, the CEO of Regulus Resources. Regulus is a Canadian TSX venture-listed company, and we're currently exploring the very exciting Antiquary copper-gold system in northern Peru. If you're looking for a good copper story to take advantage of the copper boom that's on the horizon, I think this is one that you may want to pay some attention to. Today, I'd like you to come away with 3 key takeaways from this short presentation. One is that we're a very experienced team. We've successfully discovered major copper deposits, drilled those out, and sold them to a major mining company in the past. So we've executed our business plan successfully, and we believe we're well positioned to repeat that success with Regulus and the Antiquary discovery. Two, the Antiquary project is already a substantial deposit. We have a large resource in hand and potential for that to continue to grow. And it's important to note that the resource that we have is only a portion of the overall system. The resource we have extends on to neighboring ground where there's additional resource. And it's effectively in a brownfield situation as a neighboring company that operates that resource is mining the oxide cap over the top of a large copper gold sulfide deposit, essentially pre-stripping the deposit and setting up an excellent opportunity to make a transition into a larger copper gold sulfide deposit that we believe would need to include our ground and our portion of the deposit as well. So very nice deposit already in hand and potential for it to grow, and it's in a brownfield setting, which offers a more rapid pathway to development, which is very attractive to major mining companies. And then the third key point to come away from today is that we're substantially undervalued for the resource we have in hand. And we'll discuss that valuation and why that might be and the potential for that to be released and see a substantial increase in the valuation as we move forward. So let's talk about the team. I mentioned that we've had success in the past. Regulus is actually the second of three companies that we've had under our same management team. Our first company was called Antares Minerals. We had the good fortune to drill out the Hikira deposit in southern Peru, a large porphyry copper system, which we sold to First Quantum Minerals in 2010 for $650 million. About $50 million of investment into the project for exploration and a $650 million sale. So a nice return on investment for our shareholders. That set us up to spin out Regulus Resources, and we've landed on the Antiquary project in northern Peru this time, which we think has potential to be an even more exciting project. So we think we're well positioned to repeat that success with Regulus in the Antiquary story. Let's talk a little bit more about the deposit itself. I mentioned we already had a large resource in hand. We've been drilling on the project for a number of years. And we have an interim resource, our first resource based on our stage 1 drilling program that came out in 2019. And that consists of 250 million tons of indicated resources at a 0.48% copper grade, 0.29 grams per ton gold, and a little over 7 grams of silver. In addition, we have 267 million tons of inferred resource at 0.41% copper, 0.26 grams per ton gold, and almost 8 grams per ton silver. So substantial resource, a lot of metal in the ground, and a very nice mix of copper, gold, and silver. It's definitely a deposit that would be of interest not only to the major copper companies, but also the major gold companies as well. Some of the other important aspects about this is that it's a large resource. We knew that when we picked the project up, it had potential to be a large resource and have relatively good grade. But one of the remarkable aspects of this project, it has an extremely low strip ratio. The resource that I just pointed out has a strip ratio of less than 1-to-1, a 0.85%, 0.85 strip ratio, which is very important when we begin to look at the economics and the potential value of the project. And also a lot of the high-grade mineralization is near surface and accessible in the very early years of the mine life. So we're looking forward to the point when we can begin to put out a PEA or pre-feasibility on this project and show the full potential. This will be a very interesting project for major mining companies to acquire in the future. As I also mentioned that we only have a portion of the deposit. We have a little less than half of a deposit when we look at the amount of mineralization that extends onto our neighbor's ground. So they have over 900 million tons of reported resource, inferred resource at a slightly lower grade than we have. And in addition to that, they're currently mining an oxide cap over the top of the copper gold sulfide. So they're mining the gold silver oxide cap over the top of this large copper gold sulfide deposit that we share. And that mining that's undergoing there has a short remaining mine life. They have approximately 5 years of mine life left, and effectively are pre-stripping the deposit and setting it up to make a very logical transition into a much larger copper gold sulfide deposit in the future. And we believe that would necessarily involve our ground as well. So an outstanding opportunity for this to make a transition into what we call a multi-generational mine, a mine that would last for for quite a long period of time moving forward. But that will require consolidation of the district, and that's really one of the key points to look for in the future, is that consolidation, which is very logical and needs to be done before the oxide mine begins to run out. As I mentioned, we have a relatively low market cap. We have a market cap of $75 to $80 million right now. That's quite low for the resource we already have in hand. We have to work a little bit quietly on this project because of the tight nature and the complicated nature of the land position. But once we begin to be able to unlock and show the full potential of this deposit, I think you'll see this becoming one of the more exciting copper gold discoveries in the market out there. So thank you very much for your time. Please visit our website for additional information.
Good afternoon. I'm Brian Scatterbeg. I'm the President and CEO of GFG Resources. Today I'm going to talk to you about our assets in Timmins and our assets down in the US. But first of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit where GFG came from. We're a district scale explorer based in Saskatoon, and we set this company up 5 years ago after we sold our preceding company, Canagold Resources, to SSR. We set this company up to be district scale consolidators. We initiated in the US. We've continued on with the Timmins portfolio, really focused on unlocking the next relevant discovery. And I think Timmins is a great place to find that. We're being aggressive while we go on about our business plan, being disciplined and allocating it to really high quality targets. And our mission is to bring the next relevant discovery into the Timmins district. We trade on the TSX, about 180 million shares outstanding and about a 20 million market cap company. Pretty small, about $2.5 million cash in the bank, very aggressive plan, very strong shareholders. Alamos, the Lundin family, insiders, US Global, Delbrook. These are seasoned institutional investors that have had a lot of success over the years. And this company has very strong backers. When we look at our team has built mines, found mines, operated mines in Canada and around the world over the last number of gold cycles. Our board, extremely proud of our board as well. Patrick Downey, our chairman, operated and built many mines and sold them to generate immense value for his shareholders. Brian Booth, founder of Lakeshore Gold, Arnold Klassen, Lisa Riley, also very experienced in the gold sector. So you have a team, both the executive and board, that has done exceptionally well over a number of cycles. We've chosen to focus on Timmins, and we focus on Timmins because of endowment. There's lots of gold there in the ground. And I think there's a lot more gold to be found, preserved endowment, and infrastructure. So when you think about it, there's 4 mills that are hungry for feed around us. And GFG holds 800 square kilometers in this belt, and we're second only to Newmont in that land holding tenements. Extremely productive belt, 150 million ounces here of historic production, reserves and resources. And I think there's a lot more to be found here. So look, we flank infrastructure majors, we border new deposits and discoveries being made, and we are very, very large landholders in this Timmins belt. We have Penn and Dory, 2 earlier stage properties over west of Timmins. And I believe a lot in the potential of those to host the next discovery. What excites me most, though, is east of Timmins and the Gold Arm property. This was a property we acquired last year. It's a district scale land position, but it has a more advanced deposit within it called the Montclair system. Now, this had been drilled back to the 30s and 40s. Modern times, very limited exploration has been done. We've drilled about 40 holes here over the last 12 months. We've grown the MC Central panel into something that's hanging together and showing quite interesting continuity and grade. Still very shallow. Hits like 5 grams over 25 meters, 8 over 8, 10 over 6. These are all shallow and pitable intercepts. Things like 1.6 grams over 70 plus meters. 3/4 of a gram over 120 meters. These are all intercepts that are shallow and pitable, and we've drilled these in the last 12 months at Montclair. We think we can grow it along strike, and we're currently executing a number of drill holes that would test that. We think we can also make new discoveries in our land position more broadly across the Gold Arm property. Things like the Aljo mine, the Carr target. These are targets we're bringing forward, and we're going to start to test those in this quarter. We're actively drilling now. We expect to be busy through the remainder of this year. We expect to be drilling in Q1, and I think we have a very strong news flow and catalyst event sequence coming forward into 2023. This is where we allocate our capital. We're also exposed to a large asset base in the US called the Rattlesnake Hills District. There's 100,000 meters of drilling on this deposit down here. We control it 100%. We contributed this asset to a partner with a private company called Group 11 Technologies. And Group 11 is trying to bring in situ mining to gold. They're partly owned by Encore Energy, a very successful and well-known uranium in situ developer, and Envirometals, which has contributed their proprietary non-cyanide-based extraction. And together, they're trying to bring in situ mining to gold. GFG's asset, Rattlesnake Hills, is where we're testing this technology. And should we be successful, we'll be an owner in Group 11. We'll have a carried interest at the asset level, and we've been paid some cash along the way. So we have a great optionality on a unique new technology that's being developed that could very much revolutionize how the gold sector works. So what do you think about GFG? We're a 20 million market cap company. We're aggressive. You're getting great people with this story. We've got a basket of catalysts coming through here in H2 2022. We're actively drilling with a strong balance sheet, strong shareholders, and I really truly think 2023 is going to be an exciting time for us as well. So I would urge you to look us up on the GFGresources.com website. Certainly reach out to us at any time, and I thank you for this opportunity for you to present GFG. Take care.
Hi everyone, this is Brody Sutherland, CEO of Tocvan Ventures. We are an exploration and development company focused in Sonora, Mexico. Sonora is well known as a mining jurisdiction. It has excellent deposits there. These are near surface, heap leachable, open pit mineable resources that makes it a very cost-effective jurisdiction to operate in. Tocvan itself is earning in 100% interest on 2 gold silver projects in Sonora. We have 37 million shares issued. We have a proven technical team. We've been drilling in Sonora for the past 2 years, having tremendous success in that region. That's really because of our local team that we've built there. Looking at Mexico, for those that don't know Mexico that well, it's a top 10 gold producer, number 1 for silver production. For Latin American speaking countries, it sees the most exploration investment. Over $600 million US annually goes towards exploration in Mexico. And Sonora itself is the top gold and copper producer in Mexico. It's hosted some big deposits. It's got an excellent mining community there. Great infrastructure. You can drive to both of our projects within 2.5 hours of the capital city, Hermosillo. And that's where all our equipment supplies come from. So again, very low cost to explore and to operate in this region. Looking at Sonora, it's hosted some big deposits. La Heredera, over 10 million ounces of gold contained. San Francisco mine, 3 million ounces of gold. This is right next to our Picacho project. And when you look at the mines in this jurisdiction, average reserve grade is typically between 0.5 and 0.8 grams per ton gold, and seeing a recovery of that gold around 70%. And it's important to keep those numbers in mind when you start to look at what we've been discovering off our projects Pilar and the potential of our Picacho project. First, I'll talk about our Pilar project. It's seen over 20,000 meters of drilling completed on it. It has a defined gold silver oxide zone. This year, we've drilled 117 meters of 1.2 grams per ton gold. That includes 10 meters of 12 grams per ton gold, 23 grams per ton silver. We're also seeing very encouraging metallurgy, seeing over 85% recovery of gold in that preliminary work, and we'll be looking to advance that. At Pilar, we've defined along strike a 500-meter trend of mineralization that outcrops at surface. This again is oxide gold, silver. We've intersected mineralization down vertically about 125 meters. It is open at depth. And what we've been discovering so far is that there's parallel zones to that main trend, and these all extend towards the southeast, another 600 meters where there's been no previous drilling, and that's what we're looking to evaluate next. So it's continued drilling at Pilar to move towards a resource, and then also advancing the metallurgy towards a pilot scale mine to show that you can produce off of it. Now switching gears to our Picacho project, this is 18 kilometers away from the San Francisco mine. This is within the Caborca orogenic gold trend, well-established belt within the northern part of Sonora. Here we have the same geology and structure as you see at the San Francisco mine. And what's important to note is the mine was discovered from drilling around an old artisanal shaft that went along a high-grade shear structure. And that's what we see at Picacho. We have over 6 kilometers of prospective trend defined by artisanal workings with high-grade gold and silver at surface, and in some cases underground as well. And we're just starting to drill there now. The drill is currently on site, turning, and we're very much looking forward to those results, but we expect to be continue to drill there over the next year and beyond. So for next steps for us at Pilar, it's looking at for a bulk sample to evaluate the metallurgy and also the expected head grade that we have there. Is continued drilling to move towards a maiden resource estimate, and again towards that pilot scale mine. At Picacho, it's continued exploration. We've got a big area there to explore. We expect to be drilling there for the next year and beyond. And from that, I'll just quickly summarize. So we're in a quality jurisdiction in Sonora, Mexico. We've got a quality team that we've built there. We've got a path towards production with our Pilar project. We've got the potential for big discovery with our Picacho project. We're well funded. We have a great share structure, and we very much would like to stay engaged with you. So please follow us on social media, go to our website, and sign up to the newsletter. Thank you for your time.
My name is George Stevenson, and I'm the president of Ashley Gold Corp. We IPO'd in May of this year through Lees Jones Gable with our Ashley Gold Mine, located 65 air miles south of Timmins, Ontario, on the Cadillac-Lardner fault system of the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. Our neighbor is the Young Davidson Mine at 3.4 million ounces, not far away, less than 20 kilometers, and our property is a former producer of 50,000 ounces of gold and over 7,000 ounces of silver. In addition, this summer we began acquiring land in the Wabigon Greenstone Belt, which is southeast of Dryden, Ontario. These properties are that we've acquired is the Santa Maria, followed by the Howie Lake, the Alto Gardner, and finally the Tabor Lake mine itself. What we find that we have that makes us apart from other explorers is that we have a property that is all these properties have former production, high-grade veins, good hunting ground. We IPO'd for it we have presently less than 20 million shares outstanding. The experienced management team is complements each other very much with as we work through these projects. So we're nimble and cost effective. The quality of the projects are important, as the Ashley Gold Mine has shown to have many good high-grade veins at surface. We were chasing on 5 of them right now. Recently, we released news on 2 of the veins. What we did is a linear test across strike length for continuity, where we got 15.1 grams on the number 1 vein over 6 meters. And on the Garvey vein, we got 135 grams over 3.5 meters, and an additional grab sample, which was 582 grams. On Tabor, we have a historic mine where a 77-ton bulk sample was taken on surface, yielding 16 grams. The property has a shaft down to 250-foot level, at the 125-foot level, a 1 3/4 ton test came in at 42 grams. And drill hole number 8 was a spectacular hole where they crossed 60 grams at over 1 meter and 838 grams over 1 meter. In addition to those two properties, we've acquired the Alto Gardner. The Alto Gardner is near the Treasury Metals Gold Lund property, just a couple of kilometers to 1.5 million ounce reserve at that property. And additionally, we're neighbors up against the property by called the Thundercloud property owned by Dynasty Gold. And so those properties have a lot of good outcrops, other anomalies that have been recorded that we want to get to as soon as possible. We have pending results coming from the Howie Lake at this time, along with the Santa Maria. They should be out in the next week or two. And we're presently 3D modeling to define drill locations on many of these properties with the plans to do further exploration work. Actually was created for creating long-term growth to shareholders through focused exploration, discovery, and acquisition. You can find more about us on the CSE. ASHL is our trading symbol, and at our website, ashleygoldcorp.com. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Darren Campbell. I am the president of Namibia Critical Metals. We are traded on the TSX Venture under the symbol NMI and on the OTC markets in the US under the symbol NMREF. We are developing a Tier 1 heavy earth project in central Namibia, which is under joint venture with JOGMEC, the Japan Organization for Metals and Energy Security. JOGMEC is an agency of the Japanese government with a multi-billion-dollar US annual budget and a mandate to secure supply of natural resources for Japanese industry. NMI's management team and board of directors have a strong track record of project generation and development over the last decade, and we have a very deep bench of strategic and technical advisors both here in Canada and in Namibia. NMI is one of the longest established foreign exploration and development companies in Namibia, and we've been operating there since about 2011. Namibia, in my opinion, is one of the top mining investment destinations in all of Africa and is very mining friendly. And given our long tenure operating in the country, we have an excellent relationship with all levels of government. Over the last 2 years, NMI has hit some very impressive milestones with our JOGMEC partners. In May of 2021, we published a new expanded 43-101 mineral resource estimate, greatly expanding the Loftel resource from about 6 million tons to over 53 million tons of total rare earth oxide. And we believe there's still significant exploration upside yet to come. This new resource estimate establishes Loftel as a globally significant deposit of the heavy rare earths, dysprosium and terbium. These are two of the higher value and truly rare earth metals used in the production of permanent magnets for EV motors, wind turbines, and other electronics. In July of 2021, we received the issuance of a 25-year mining license, meaning that Loftel is now fully permitted and fully development funded through our joint venture with JOGMEC. As a result of these two significant achievements and developments, we accelerated into the pilot scale testing phase and have mined over 34,000 ton bulk sample for process testing. In mid-November of this year, just a few weeks ago, we published a very robust PEA incorporating only 50% of our significantly expanded resource and all of the major investments and processing test work that has been done over the last 18 months. We are currently working to deliver a PFS for Loftel within the next 12 to 15 months, which is fully funded under our joint venture. And we look forward to delivering great news flow for our shareholders over the coming months. Thank you for your time and attention.
Benchmark Metals is a gold and silver explorer and developer in northern British Columbia, Canada. Over the course of several years, Benchmark has spent in excess of $100 million to create a world-class gold and silver asset in a Tier 1 jurisdiction. To date, we've proven up near 3.6 million ounces gold equivalent, gold and silver, through over 200,000 meters of drilling. And this was followed by our first engineering study. The engineering study shows a robust life of over 12 years of mining. It includes a 2-year payback and an IRR that exceeds 30%. We are now embarking in 2023 on a large new drill program. This will be up to 30,000 meters to expand the resource again, grow our gold and silver ounces at surface to depth, and this will generate another engineering study. We'll be working towards a feasibility study. In 2023, I would anticipate a large amount of news flow that will be derived from drilling, but will also include an updated preliminary economic assessment. This updated PEA will include higher grade ounces that sit below the pits, and will also include some optimization for the CapEx that goes into building the PEA. We see 3 key areas for improving the PEA and optimizing the numbers. This includes lowering the CapEx of the tailings facility, optimizing the waste facility, and improving numbers at the power line. Currently, it's about a $484 million Canadian build in our first study. We see opportunities where we could perhaps drop this as low as $400 million, but also include higher grade ounces. This will be completed in early 2023 and should show some more robust numbers. So I would anticipate Benchmark Metals to produce a lot of results through the course of next year. And best of all, we have the funds to provide for all the work. There is no near-term capital raise anticipated. We have $21 million working capital in the treasury right now as we speak. So in summary, this asset is growing. We will generate more ounces through drilling. We will improve the economics, and we'll be working towards a feasibility study to put this mine into production. Stay tuned and follow up with us. We're a TSX venture listed company. Visit our website for the latest videos and presentations, and also links for questions or any other further details that are required. Thanks for your time.
My name is Katalin Kilofliski. I am the CEO of Canagold Resources. Canagold is a TSX-listed company under the symbol CCM and has one of the highest grade undeveloped gold projects in Canada on a path to feasibility, permitting, and a production decision. Company has been around for some time, but in the recent months, company went through a significant transformation, both on the board level and also, more important, on the investment side. We have the support of a large shareholder now, which is a private group that is involved in mining and made a commitment to Canagold to provide a funding commitment required to bring the project from the current state through feasibility, permitting, and a production decision. Therefore, Canagold is in a somewhat privileged situation to be able to execute on a very ambitious plan of moving the project forward towards a production decision.
G'day, I'm Bruce Smith. I'm the President and CEO of Radius Gold. I'm an exploration geologist and I've been looking for precious and base metal deposits globally for the last 30 years. I spent most of the last 20 years in the Sierra Madre, working from Tierra del Fuego to the Arctic Circle. I run Radius Gold, and we're an exploration company and we find mines. Our focus is Mexico. I love working in Mexico. I've been there on and off for 20 years. It's one of the world's greatest mining countries. It's the world's largest silver producer. Mexicans are miners, and they generally like our work, so that's why I enjoy working there. We get our permits quick, and our communities are supportive, and there's fantastic potential. So Radius is constantly exploring and developing new projects. If the markets are good, we'll drill our own, and when markets are tough, we take joint venture partnerships. Currently, we have 5 projects fully funded by our partners, and we have field teams too in the field constantly looking for new ones. Given that I have just 6 minutes to give you a presentation, I'll explain our 3 best projects. So Amalia is our most advanced project. It's in Chihuahua, Mexico. We have a partner there with Pan American Silver. Pan American Silver is the world's largest silver producer, second largest, sorry. On that project, we've drilled 67 drill holes, 23,000 meters of drilling. We're drilling high-grade gold, silver veins and breccias. We've hit some phenomenal widths and grades. On the main project, main target area at Amalia, hole 10, we drilled 44 meters at 12 grams gold and 309 silver. True thickness on that's about 35 meters, so a very, very thick vein system. At El Cuervo, that's our most recent drilling target. The latest results, the last drill hole we drilled, cut 13 meters wide, 10 grams gold, 841 silver. That's fantastic grade. So we've got 10 kilometers of veins, multiple targets, many of them we've yet to drill. So I believe we've found a mine. It's just a question of how big and how we're going to up the spoils with our joint venture partner, Pan American. So we're currently negotiating how to go on with the next round of drilling. We expect that to be announced in the coming months and start again next year. So on to my second project, Plata Verde. It's a new joint venture with Fresnillo. Fresnillo Mining Company is a Mexican company listed on the London Stock Exchange. It is the largest silver producing company in the world. So these guys don't look for small deposits. Radius, that's we discovered a remarkable historic mining camp. We believe it was abandoned in the late 1800s, early 1900s towards the Mexican Revolution. We found a series of anastomos in mines, caverns and caves filled with this stuff. That is banded silver sulfides, chlorides basically, and we found 600 meters of caves and caverns and excavations that they mined in the 1800s for this stuff. It's highly unusual. It's within a basalt with silver chlorides. And Fresnillo, who were working nearby to us, came to us and said, "Ooh, we like the look of that. Could we do a joint venture?" And they have huge expertise in the area, having been working there on and off for 300 years. And they've got money. They're being the largest company in the world. They do not look for small deposits. And so we've done a joint venture. They are now bulldozing the road down to the project to get ready for drilling next year. So lastly, we have the last that I can explain in a short time, we have Motagua Norte project in Guatemala, which is funded by our joint venture partner, Volcanic Gold Mines. We have found a new system. It's a remarkable system. I'm going to show you a little image. That is a piece of sericite altered schist, and it grades 94 grams of gold. So that's 3 ounces of gold, which is equivalent to about $1,000 a wheelbarrow full. And this is a new system. It's district scale across 25 caves. There's multiple targets. They are very high grade. Not a lot of outcrop, mostly float and boulders, but we have good outcrop in some areas, and it's grading phenomenal gold. So we are currently working on drill permits for that project, and we expect that we'll get those in the next coming months, and then we can start drilling and announcing good results next year. So, in summary, Radius is an exploration company. We're funded by our joint venture partnerships. We're passionate about discovery. We have some great projects. Just explained 3, we have 5. We're looking forward to success and a good gold market next year. So thank you very much for your time, and please call me anytime if you want to talk about our company. I'm always available and happy to talk about rocks and money.
Hi there, Matt Lennox-King, President and CEO of Contact Gold here with you. Contact Gold is a Vancouver-based gold exploration company focused on the prolific Great Basin of Nevada. In 2022, we had a very successful year at the project level with an initial resource estimate at our Pony Creek Gold Project and some of the very best oxide gold drill results drilled in the entire state of Nevada at our Green Springs project. We're focused on Nevada primarily because it is one of the very best locations globally to explore, develop, and mine gold. Nevada is the largest gold producing state in the US and typically ranks in the top 5 globally for annual gold production. Our projects are located on 2 of Nevada's most prolific gold producing trends. Our Pony Creek project is located on the southern Carlin Trend, immediately south of Orla Mining's feasibility stage South Railroad project, and hosts an initial inferred in-pit resource of over 430,000 ounces of gold. And we believe the exploration potential there shows a pathway to significantly expanding on that resource in the future. Our Green Springs project is located at the southern end of the prolific Cortez Trend, which is the parallel trend to the Carlin, in the same vicinity as Calibre Mining and their Pan Mine and Gold Rock development project. Green Springs is a small-scale past producer, and over the last 2 years, we have both made brand new gold discoveries and followed them up with some of the top drill results in the state this year. We're led by a team of experienced capital markets and exploration individuals who have a strong track record of discovery, both in Nevada and globally. We take an approach of doing the highest quality exploration or science-based exploration possible, believing that it's through that high quality science-based approach that we will create the most value in our assets. Our current market cap is approximately $9 million Canadian, and we trade in Canada on the Venture Exchange under the symbol C, and in the US on the OTCQB symbol CGOLF. As always, for more information, you can check our website, which is contactgold.com, or any of the regular social media channels.